Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Morbius. I'm aware that a lot of critics going into this, I'm aware that a lot of critics did not like this movie. However, I know from experience that a lot of the movies that critics do not like, I kind of, if not love, I do like them at the very least. Some examples being like Captain Marvel, I love that one, Eternals, and Venom Let There Be Carnage. So all of those movies I either liked or maybe kind of loved. But going into this, I had my expectations low, as you do with a Sony movie, and I was impressed. Like, I was surprised like how much I liked it. And I'm going to get into like my notes for it. I'm not going to really talk about like the things I didn't like, because there's plenty of channels ripping this movie to shreds. And no shade or anything, I want to talk about why I love it and why, if you haven't seen it, why you should see it. I'm going to split this up in case you're watching this and you haven't seen it yet and you don't want spoilers. The spoilers will be towards the end of the video, and I will, of course, I'll notify you, or I'll mention when I'm about to get into the spoilers. But okay, anyways, moving on. I really like this movie. Is it my favorite Sony/Marvel movie? Of course not. But is it bad though? In my opinion, no. There's a lot of Sony movies that have been worse. And I'm forgetting the name of it because it's just that bad. What's the name of it? Oh, like, I'm pretty sure New Mutants is a Sony movie. I think it is. I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is, because it's pretty bad. And, you know, as you can already see from this review, I'm trying to be optimistic and, you know, glass half full, but that movie was pretty bad. The characters are fantastic, but the writing is not, which makes the movie bad. So, but back to Morbius. I love the soundtrack. And I've been looking, like, all Friday after, because I've seen it Thursday. Since I've watched it, I've been looking for the soundtrack, and soundtrack score something, and I can't find anything. The only thing I can really find is like recreations of the trailer music, and I'm like, I don't want that. I want the soundtrack or the score or something. So hopefully they release it. So the special effects are really amazing. I mean, are they the best? No, but they're nice to look at. One of my favorite scenes, and they show a little bit of it in the trailers, is when he realizes that he has echolocation, and you see these. Well, it's not really a spoiler. It's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer, but you see these like waves of like, I don't know what it is, but it looks cool, and the average viewer can kind of notice that it's echolocation, because he's sending sound out. I mean, there's no waves coming back, but I mean, maybe you just don't see them. I don't know. But anyways, it looks really cool. It's like echolocation on steroids, and they show it that way. Like, I'll save my thorough thoughts on that for the spoiler review, which I'm about to get into. But the last thing for the non-spoiler review is, yes, the movie is predictable, but it's still a fun watch. Like, I enjoyed this, and keep in mind, I seen this at like 7:30 on a Thursday night, a work night, and I had to like wake up early the next morning. So yeah, I didn't fall asleep like I did watching the Batman, which is why there's not a review up for that, because I didn't really have much to say that's nice about that movie, because before I forget, because I know how I am. Okay, back to the digital effects. Their faces are horrific. I'll go in detail like when I get more spoilery, but it's pretty scary. But it looks pretty good to me. Moving on. But yeah, that's it for my non-spoiler review. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, don't continue, because I'm about to spoil shit. Okay, you've been warned. Okay, the beginning logo title looked like it was a cheap Photoshop edit. Like, I could have done something better than that, honestly. Like, what happened to like the pretty bluish, maybe silverish logo? Like, I mean, it wasn't that much better, but it was better than a damn 2D logo with one color, and that's it. And it just like got bigger and went away. what? Like, I can do that. The beginning scenes were oddly placed. It was honestly confusing at times, like, as to what was going on because of that. It seemed choppy at times because there wasn't, yeah, the scenes were long maybe, but like they weren't cohesive enough to contribute to the story. Again, the special effects, I love the special, I mean, I don't love it, but they were good. They weren't horrible. Like, again, when they show the vampire faces, horrified, scary as hell. When they show, what's his name? I don't know his name. When they show Morbius's like old friend who like becomes a vampire as well, it's horrifying as well, but like on a different level, because like, you know, he's about to like go after him. Like, it's scary. Well, I was scared, and he just didn't stop, like, until like Morbius discovered he could fly. Martine Bancroft, Morbius's assistant doctor slash, I guess, love interest, because there was something there, seems to be a vampire now. Pretty sure she's anyways, I don't know much about her in the comics. I know that it does seem like in the comics she is a character. Well, first of all, she is a character from the comics. Second of all, she does become a vampire in the comics. So I hope we get to see her as a vampire in future movies. And I do hope they do make more movies, including Morbius, or maybe a Morbius 2. Like, I mean, if you can make a Venom 2, which, okay, so I prefer Venom over this movie. Venom 1 and Venom 2 over this movie, to be fair. But if they can make a Venom 2 and people not like it, they can make a Morbius 2 and people not like it. Regardless, I am still gonna watch it, and I probably might like it, at the very least, because that's how I am. Okay, the end credit scenes. The first end credit scene was disappointing, honestly, because I expected more, but it was still interesting. I liked how it picked up after the previous Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, and it gives me hope that we'll get a real Sinister Six. When I seen that, like after the fact, like when I got back home and stuff, I was like thinking about like who all would be in it, because I'm sure it's been mentioned before, but like I probably haven't paid attention. I was thinking Morbius, Venom, Vulture, Scorpion, Kraven, because he has a movie coming out soon, which, whatever, it's with Wanda's real dead brother, actor, and I'm kind of sad though, because I want him to come back as Quicksilver, which, I mean, it's comics, it's comic movies, they can bring anybody back. So they brought Gamora back. Anyways, in a way, they brought Gamora back. They brought her back in a way. I don't know who the sixth one would be though. That's who I'm confused about, honestly. Anyways, I thought it was interesting now that Vulture is in this new universe. I guess the Morbius universe. I thought it was interesting that he's free, right? Because he was in jail after the second Spider-Man movie, Homecoming. I thought it was weird because I'm like, wait, okay, so he poofed back in jail, but then they were like, oh, he shouldn't be in jail in this universe. Let's set him free, because that's always the good thing to do. The second end credit scene was fantastic. I loved it. Obviously, it seems to be like a couple months, maybe a year, I don't know. Like after, I don't even know if they said it. They probably did it. But like after the first end credit, well, these are mid credit scenes actually, because it's not after the credits. I love seeing Vulture in his armor flying down. It was so cool, because I love Iron Man and like technology and stuff like that. So like seeing, and I love seeing Vulture in the first movie. Like Vulture in the comics, he's not scary at all. Like he is comical in the comics. So the serious tone, the scary tone that he had, that they gave to him in the first movie, I love it. Oh my god, I loved it. And it's nice to see him again in a suit, because it does not look like the suit from Homecoming, but I'm okay with that, because in some ways it's an improvement. The mask looks interesting. That looks kind of funny, not gonna lie, but it's still nice that he has a mask and that you're just not seeing, and that you don't just have to see his face, or which I wouldn't mind, but like, come on, like, you know, get the full effect. You're the Vulture, not the Flying Man, you know? So I've heard that suit that they showed in the end credit scene may look like the one that was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm not going to confirm or deny that because I have seen Amazing Spider-Man 2. Do I remember a suit being in the background? No. But if it's true, that would be interesting because that means that Andrew Garfield might continue to be Sony's Amazing Spider-Man, which it's interesting, but it's not amazing because we've seen what they did with the first two movies. Just being honest. Bad writing is bad writing. Good acting, bad writing. I know this review has been short and sweet, but I'd rather not talk about the things I don't like about it because everybody's talking about it, and I'd rather talk about the reasons I love it. Would I pay to go see it again? Yes, absolutely yes. Like, it was really good. And like, one of my favorite parts is like when, I can't remember when it is, but like when he feels like he can do anything. Well, throughout the whole movie, watching Morbius, being Morbius, like the living vampire, and just like jumping and doing all this crazy stuff, it was such a nice escape. It really was. I love this movie. Like, it was a nice mental escape. Anyways, yeah, I love this movie, and I would give it a 7 out of 10 bats, honestly, because it's not perfect, but it's not bad like a lot of critics are saying, because I enjoyed it and I would go see it again. And when it comes out on digital, I'm gonna be buying it because I want to see the special features, and I wouldn't mind watching it again. But that's it for this review. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you haven't already done so, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.